Spanish society, especially in the countryside, continued to be divided between large mass of land workers or the working classes and a few privileged. To a great extent true that the middle classes weren't as large as in other countries, and with the exception of the cities, then as I say, the countryside was pretty much still in many ways feudal society. So the most determining factor in shaping ideologies was definitely class, but it wasn't the only one. Class was, together with the influence of external currents of thought such as socialism and communism, especially since the Russian Revolution of 1917, was the most determining factor in shaping opposition to the 1920s dictatorship, and later during the 1930s secularism, opposition to the dominion of the church in Spain, and left-wing radicalism of different kinds. But family ties were also important. That's something that, as the Civil War broke out, I think became very manifest. I think the participation of the international brigades was more motivated by ideology than anything else. Of course, class is always there. Class is what shapes ideologies we've just been discussing, but the motivation for the international brigades really was to stop the rise of fascism, which already had started in the 1920s, but the international brigades saw the Spanish Civil War not just as a conflict between the right-wing forces and left-wing forces in Spain, broadly depicted, but as an international conflict between forces of fascism and the rise of communism. And ultimately, you could say that yes, Francoism entrenched class divides, and perhaps one of the most evident manifestations of that is that Francoism appointed a few of his people of confidence and their families to regulate the rational administration of food, the rationing of food. So by so doing, he facilitated that a few families became extremely powerful and extremely rich in Spain, and that a lot of the population actually starved at the same time.